Good evening, folks. My name is Justin Morrow, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today. Today, I aim to take you through a little tour about Canvas, and I'm going to explain to you some of the interesting functions that it performs here at Brenau. So while we're here at the login screen, I'd just like to let you know that Canvas is the online interface tools that all of you will be interfacing with in order to get all your classwork done, communicate with your professors, communicate with your team members. It has multiple different functionalities, and it's always easy to use, but once you become familiar with it, you learn all the ins and outs, and it could really become a powerful tool to help you get organized through your education. So this first screen is probably my my favorite screen. Right in the center of the screen, you'll see my current classes. That little microphone icon inside the class box is announcements. There's also inboxes for messages pertaining to that class. On the right-hand column, you have your to-do list, which tells you what to do this week. Your coming up, which tells you what's coming up on its due date. It'll tell you how much points it's worth and the date and time it needs to be completed by. I know it's cut off, so we don't get to see my recent feedback, but recent feedback will be your recent grades per assignment and also any feedback comments your professors give to you. You are strongly encouraged by me to read those and take note of what the professors write to you, because they're probably giving you tips on how to get a better grade next time. On the left-hand side, you have the standard buttons, your account button, the dashboard button, which is the button that we're on, your courses, which will have a pop-up that looks a lot like what we have on the screen right now. It'll just be a list of your classes. There's a groups button, which will bring up a menu of any groups that you've been assigned to in Canvas in a class. And I'll go straight there. You got your calendar and your inbox down there. It's a little cut off, but that's where all your messages will be. Now, the calendar is a pretty neat tool in and of itself. It has all of your due dates and all of the discussion dates, and basically everything that is due at any time will be on that calendar. It's a very neat tool, and I strongly recommend using it to its full ability. All right, folks, this here is the course home screen, or as I like to call it, the bread and butter screen. This screen will tell you everything you need to know about this class as it pertains to announcements, agendas, PowerPoints, or any suggested reading, or any of that nature. It will all be on this page under the appropriate week that you're in. The announcements tab on that left-hand side there, that is where your professor is trying to communicate with you. That's for them to post. It could be from telling you happy holidays to saying, hey, I understand Canvas has an outage. I'll give you guys an extra day on this assignment. Announcements are crucially important to pay attention to because they're the best line of communication from the professor to you. And of course, if you have any questions about the announcements, you can hit up your professor in the inbox and ask them to clarify, and they will help you out. Underneath that is the syllabus. Syllabus tab is crucial. It lays out all the expectations for the class and how to get an A or how to get a B or C or so on and so forth. It will usually be a downloadable Word PDF or something of that nature for you to read through and use as a guide when you're doing your assignments and you're trying to squeak out that A. Discussions. So here now, being an online strong school, most of the participation graded comes through discussions. Now discussions are typically weekly. Sometimes they could be one, sometimes they can be many, and on some weeks there are none. So you always have to keep your head on a swivel for your home to see when there's a discussion question due. Also, In the discussions tab, you'll typically find at the top questions about any of the assignments or anywhere for you to conversate with other students. It's just like a forum, and I'll have numerous forums underneath that tab. Very useful and wholly a requirement for your participation grade. Your modules. Now your modules are a breakdown similar to what you see right now in the center of the screen. But it will also pertain when you click on them, it will allow you to submit your assignments through that screen. So you need to go to your modules and you'll click on the assignment that you just completed, and then I'll let you attach the file and submit that assignment to your instructor. Grades is what it is. All your grades will be posted there. It will also notify you if there are there are notes that your professor left you. And also there's a tool to let you try out different grades so you could see which you need to get that A that you want. People is a very useful tool. It gives you a list of everyone that's in your class, to include the instructors and teachers' assistants, etc. So the rest of these I can go on and on, but they're all very useful. The main ones that I've gone over are the critical ones. The other ones you can learn as you go. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it is a very useful tool once you get to know the ins and outs of the system. All right, folks, so under your profile, this will be your settings page. This settings page is very useful. Strongly recommend that as soon as you get your account set up, you come here and you start setting things up. You'll see many different tools that you can edit. You can put in contacts, you can put in alternative emails in case you don't use your standard Tiger email, which I strongly recommend everyone use their Tiger email because it is the best way to communicate with your peers and your instructors. Following this, there'll be web services that link to Google Drive, to Skype, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, and to other services that will link and interface with Canvas to better improve your experience with the program. Strong recommend, and hopefully throughout this slideshow, everyone's gained a little bit of knowledge, realized that the system's not overly complicated, it's very user-friendly, and once you get in and you start working at it, you'll definitely start getting those ins and outs I spoke of, and you'll find out a lot of ways to synergize your efforts and to use all the Canvas tools to their full advantage. I'd like to thank you all for coming today and listening to me ramble. I appreciate it, and I really hope to see you soon here on campus or online. Thank you very much.